The media literacy that is going to be covered today is visual literacy. According to Smaldino 2012, visual literacy was defined as the ability to interpret and create visual messages accurately. Introduction. According to Moore, there are 6 types of visuals that are commonly used in the classroom to enhance learning. These visuals, if used in the proper manner, can benefit the student's ability to read, understand, create, and analyze instructional materials. These 6 commonly used visuals in the classrooms are pictures, drawings, charts, posters, and cartoons. Pictures are photographs or photo-like representation of people, places, and things that can be retrieved from the internet. For example, the picture shown is a representation of Trinidad and Tobago Red House. The picture can be used in a unit about history of Trinidad and Tobago Parliament and or in a unit about historical architecture. Drawings, sketch, and diagram employ the graphic arrangement of lines to represent persons, place, things, and concepts. For example, the picture shown on the is a representation of a drawing that shows a family unit. The drawing can be used to teach a unit of types of family in social studies. Charts are visual representations of abstract relationships such as chronologies, quantities, and hierarchies. They appear frequently as tables, organizational charts, and flowcharts. For example, the picture shown on this slide is a representation of the periodic table, which shows the atomic numbers and structures of chemicals. The chart is used for teaching chemistry. Graphs provide a visual representation of numerical data. They illustrate relationships among units of data and trends over time. An example of a graph is a bar graph. A bar graph contains a bar for each category of information. A bar graph can be used to show a survey of students' favorite sports. Poster. Poster incorporates visual combination of images, lines, words, and colors. A poster is intended to grasp the viewer attention, relate and brief message using a persuasive appeal. A poster can be used to educate students of how much percentage the human brain processes over a period of time. Cartoons are lines drawing that rough caricatures of real or fictional people, animals, and events. They appear in a variety of print media, newspapers, periodicals, textbooks, and a range of comic strips intended primarily to entertain. The drawings intended to make important social or political comments. A cartoon can be used to send positive message to viewers such as no smoking. Categories of visuals. Realistic visual. This shows the actual development of objects under study and can translate from an abstract idea into a more realistic format. For example, students can be asked to describe an apple. The teacher can provide the students with a color photograph of an apple to give them more realistic visual. Analogical visual. These convey a concept or topic by showing something else and implying similarities. For example, this picture compares Earth's layer to the layer of a peach. Organizational visual. This showed a qualitative relationship among various elements. Common examples include classification of charts, timelines, flowcharts, and maps. Organizational visual can be used to demonstrate the responsibilities of each member in a group for a project. Relational visual. This communicates quantitative relationship, bars and pie charts, line or pictograph. A pie chart can be used to demonstrate a mathematical topics being taught to students. Transformational visual. This illustrates movement or change in a space of time. This can be used to teach students about the life cycle of an animal and insects. Visual products play an important role in learning, such as making abstract idea concrete, motivating learners, directing information, repeating information, recalling prior knowledge, reducing learning effort, provide a concrete reference for ideas. Some elements of an effective visual design, according to Moore, includes arrangement, balance, color, appeal, and legibility. Tips for using visual in the classroom. Ensure that the font size and visual are large enough that everyone can see it simultaneously. Limit the number of visuals used in a given period of time. Provide written or verbal cues to highlight important information contained in visual that you want the students to know. Avoid visuals that are cluttered with illegible details. Teach students how to interpret visuals before using them in the classroom. Ask your students questions that pertain to visuals. This will keep their attention and help them learn as well. Integrating visual effectively within instruction should be an objective that all teachers should strive for. Some areas in which teachers can integrate visual within the curriculum, according to Salmandino, 2012 includes Standard 1 for physical education on the topic of movement, the objective to teach students the correct body position using warm-up activity. The activity, the teacher can use still pictures of warm-up exercise to remind each student of the correct body position when doing simple stretches. The teacher can allow students to mimic the different body position for stretches as seen on the visual in their warm-up activity. Mathematics, mental. To help students do basic calculation mentally, and this is also for Standard 1. The activity. The teacher can display charts that show the timetable, number line, or counting in tens. These charts will be able to guide students in remembering and work out simple calculations during mental. For example, if a student is asked what number comes between 15 and 19, they can revert to the number line as an aid in helping them remember and answering the question. This one is for Standard 2. Language arts, and the topic is verb. The objective, to reinforce the concept of what are verbs. In the activity, a chart is used to highlight different action verbs. The teacher can point to an action verb on the chart and have the students act out the action. Students can also be allowed to look at the chart and write down other action verbs that are not included on the chart. The advantages of visual literacy. According to Spandino, there are a number of benefits in using visuals. For example, readily available, range of material available, ease of preparation, inexpensive, simplification of complete ideas, interactivities, and give all students the opportunity to view the same material at the same time. Decoding and encoding activities. Encoding, making a collage. The teacher can place students in a group and ask each student to get a picture representing different actions, verbs not done in class. The group will be instructed that they are to present their assignment in the form of a collage, poster, or a slideshow to be shared with the class. Draw what you learn. After introducing a new topic to the students, allow them to create an image to demonstrate what they have learned. Create poster. Students can create a poster on littering. After they make the poster, it will be placed around the school to help encourage students not to litter. Decoding activities. Brainstorming. Using the visual piece that was created on action verb, the teacher can guide the students by letting them know the definition of an action verb and to look at the poster and try to see what action verb they can identify. Cover detective. Tell me the story by its cover. Before each storytime lesson, do a mini display of the cover. This means to show the students the cover, so it's like a show and tell of the book cover. Highlight the title, the picture, the author, and the illustrator. Allow them to recognize the main character or headline of the book just by its cover. Interpret poster. Students will have to interpret the poster made in the encoding activity and littering. So after the students, for example, if the students draw a boy and a girl, and they draw the boy throwing the litter on the ground and the girl throwing the litter in the garbage, well, we can put an X over the boy and a tick over the girl and explain to the students. In the decoding, we will explain to the students, okay, we put an X over the boy because he is throwing the litter on the ground, but this is not the message we are trying to send. So what we are trying to send is the one with the tick over the girl where she is placing the garbage in the dustbin. These are the references used for this presentation. This presentation was done by Gabriela Thomas, Jonah Dellisford, Kezia Clark, and Kizzy Arundel.